within the city. I don't engage with politicians and so forth for reasons best known to me, so much as I was puzzled in that regard.
Okay, we will have to park this for now because I think the chats say something different, but let's park it for now.
Okay.
And let's move on to paragraph 15.
That you are allegedly involved in the political interference in tenders and the awarding of same by inquiring and providing confidential information relating to Sergeant Nkosi. I think we have dealt with this one.
Perhaps, I think, please do read those two paragraphs into the record.
I am not involved in any politics nor interfere with any awarding of tenders, and there is no confidential information that I have ever shared with Sergeant Nkosi. The process to award tenders in the city is informed by MFMA, as I indicated, Act 53 of 2003, and the SCM policy. I have not been directly or indirectly involved in the awarding of tenders.
Thank you. Let's proceed. Paragraph 17.
You endorse the close relationship that Sergeant Nkosi had with Mr. Garrett Mnisi, implying that the relationship will be beneficial for you both. This is implied by WhatsApp communication sent to Sergeant Nkosi, wherein you state, "You should gear yourself to do so forever. My brother, Umfowethu is the best person to be with, uJuda wethu, who will do great things for us compared to ubaba wako." And further on, for July 2025, you sent a message to Sergeant Nkosi stating, "Morning, Captain, I can see ukuthi you have captured Umfowethu, and he would not want you to leave him." I don't think it is correct, or we will be doing justice if we take one word in isolation and make a conclusion.
Suspended Tshwane Metropolis Deputy Chief Umashi Dlamini has rejected allegations that he interfered in municipal tender processes and received bribes from Sergeant Nkosi, telling the Matlanga Commission that their relationship was strictly personal. Taking the stand on Friday, Dlamini pushed back against claims that he played any role in influencing lucrative security contracts within the city of Tshwane. Instead, he described his connection with Nkosi as long-standing and deeply rooted in trust, dating back to their upbringing in Soshanguve, north of Pretoria, as it were like brothers, emphasizing that their relationship began long before their careers in law enforcement. He recounted how Nkosi was a familiar figure at his family's business in the 1990s, occasionally helping with small tasks. Over the years, that bond evolved into a close family relationship, extending beyond friendship into significant personal matters. In a bid to illustrate the depth of that trust, Dlamini revealed that he was chosen by both families to lead local negotiations on Nkosi's behalf, a role he said ultimately culminated in Nkosi's marriage, and said, "Our relationship has grown since. I regard him as a family friend to the extent that our families entrusted me to lead a delegation to negotiate his lobola." Dlamini firmly denied any financial dealings between himself and Nkosi, and said, "I want to put it on record that I have never received any payments or benefits from Sergeant Nkosi, whether directly or indirectly, nor from any third party through him or anyone else." According to Dlamini, Fani Nkosi frequently turned to him for personal advice, particularly regarding challenges in his marriage, and said he was comfortable speaking to me about his marriage. That is the nature of our relationship. The Matlanga Commission is probing allegations that Dlamini helped channel multi-million rand security tenders to preferred companies within the metro. Several firms, including Gubi's 85 Solutions, are under scrutiny over contracts awarded by the municipality. Earlier testimony revealed that some of these companies received substantial payments and were allocated a disproportionate number of infrastructure sites under the tender system. Dlamini, however, distanced himself from any involvement and said, "I have no relationship with any of the companies that were awarded these tenders. I did not influence or assist any bidder." Evidence presented before the Madlanga Commission indicated that Gupi's 85 Solutions alone received approximately 59 million rand and was allocated 37 infrastructure sites, more than any other service provider. The tender at the center of the investigation, TMPD 02-2016/2017, covered both fixed monthly security services and additional ad hoc deployments across various municipal departments. These details were outlined in earlier testimony by TMPD Deputy Chief of Police for Asset Protection and Security, River Spice, as the Commission continues to unpack allegations of corruption and irregularities within the Metro's security contracting system. Meanwhile, the removal of bids from the seat of Tshwane's office to another location may have compromised the integrity of the process for the controversial 2.9 billion rand security tender. This was revealed during the testimony of Chukudi Malaji, the Director for Asset Protection Services at the Tshwane Metro Police Department at the Madlanga Commission. The tender in question, known as TMPD 02-2016/2017, has two components, including monthly payments for watchman services covering the 22 security companies and ad hoc services assigned as needed to suit the requirements of various municipal departments. Malaji, who is currently on suspension, was questioned about the removal of the bid documents from the city's supply chain management, SCM premises to Tshwane Leadership Academy, and the impact on the procurement process. He told the Commission that the removal of bids was necessitated by security issues observed by the Bid Evaluation Committee. He said, for instance, movement of SCM officials in and out of the storage was not controlled, cameras in the building were not working, and the SCM officials had unlimited access to the storage facility. We BEC members made a request to move from the SCM building, which was approved by the chairperson of the BEC. The removal of the bids did not have any negative impact in the work of the BEC. He further stated that the chairperson of the BEC was also of the opinion that moving bids to another location will be in the interest of doing quality work, and he picked it up with supply chain management officials to address where the BEC could be moved. The Commission's evidence leader, Advocate Mpilo Sikhakhane, asked Malaji whether the chairperson of the BEC had the authority to move the bids, to which he replied that he was not sure. Sikhakhane told Malaji, "I'm saying this because the report that we went through earlier on File 2, part of the evidence presented before the Commission, it is very clear that the SCM raised an issue that the bids were moved without authorization and communication from the head of SCM. Malaji said he was aware that the BEC chairperson had interacted with one senior official from SCM before the actual movement of the bids. Sikhakhane further asked Malaji if the BEC had no authority to move bids to another location, as the report suggests, and let's forget the court order to remove the bids. Do you accept the following possibilities that the integrity of the bids could have been compromised? Malaji admitted and said, "I accept." He remarked that there were complaints about missing documents in some of the bids, to which Malaji said he wasn't aware. He stated that the bids are normally received sealed by the SCM administration officials and are unsealed by the SCM administration to compile a bid register and other general administration compliance before they are handed over to the BEC, and said as a result the bids handed to the BEC were not sealed. He added that the number of bids evaluated tallied with the received bids. Malaji also faced scrutiny on his failure to cancel the irregular deployment of ad hoc security services as instructed by the city's chief of police, Yolanda Faro. Co-Commissioner Advocate Sandile Khumalo SC asked Malachi, when you were suspended 4 months later, you had not complied with your superiors' instructions to stop deployment of all ad hoc security services. Why? Malachi could not give a clear response. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.